afternoon, this is Trey with Avimor. Now today we're going to do another interview with some people that live here, but they've got a beautiful home we're going to get a tour of, and they have an interesting perspective on life because they're actually in the mindset of working with a community that's just like Avimor. So we're going to talk to them about their home buying experience, and we're also going to get some feedback from them about what it's like to live in an Avimor type community, the lifestyles, the smartness, and all the green aspects that happen out here. So we hope you'll enjoy this interview. So this is Dolly, and Dolly, how long have you lived in Avimor?
We've been in Avimor a little over a year.
About a year. And you've got a little bit of an accent, I can tell. So where are you from?
Yes, well, I was born in Merkel, Texas. My dad worked in the oil fields.
Nice.
And so lived in and around, mostly in West Texas.
And but you all are most recently from Wyoming.
We do have a home in Cody, Wyoming. That's our business residence.
Yeah, and why did you move to Boise?
We've always loved Idaho. We lived in Coeur d'Alene many years ago and had to leave there and always thought, gee, why did we ever leave Idaho?
Why did we ever leave?
Yes.
So tell me about why did you choose Boise, and how did you select Avimor?
We started visiting the Boise area, just knowing that we wanted to have a second home.
Okay.
That would eventually become a permanent residence. And we began looking and mostly wanted a home that was of good quality.
How did you find Avimor though? What led you to this end of the Ada County, and why did you just fall in love with this place?
Actually, it was our real estate agent.
Okay.
Kept us updated on what was going on in the area.
Let's give him a plug. Who is he?
Actually, it's a she.
She, I'm sorry. Who's she?
Our real estate agent is Tamara Haney.
Tamara Haney. Okay, good.
Tamara Haney. And she notified us of what was happening out here at Avimor, sent us some material. We looked online. We fell in love with the vision of the Avimor developers.
So give me your interpretation of the vision.
My interpretation of the vision is that they have a very ethical conservation effort.
Wonderful.
And that was something that, as a homeowner, that we were interested in.
Okay.
And so doing all the research, we decided to come and give it a look. And
yeah.
once we came out here, looked, we were pretty much sold.
Good. Interview 2, and this is Tom. And Tom's a perfect resident because not only does he like living here, but he appreciates what Avimor is about. So tell me a little bit about why you selected Avimor as a philosophy of a place to live.
Well, being in the environmental profession, I am very impressed with the concept of new urbanism. And I was very pleased to find that concept here in Avimor. It's new urbanism set in a rural setting where you have concentrated development, but then you have a lot of open wild spaces in between. But what is interesting is there's a lot of California quail in the area, and we will feed the quail during the summer, and it is we'll have as many as 30 or 40 quail in the backyard. And it's very interesting to see the little quail about this high running along behind their parents.
Right. Tell me, just in terms of you being in the industry, what are some of the things you think that the average person may not realize that Avimor has going on? What things do you see as an industry professional that are just exceptional?
Well, it's wonderful to be able to get on your mountain bike or put on your hiking shoes and walk out the door, instantly be in a wildlife setting where you can walk and hike, you can see. In fact, the trails are so extensive, it's very difficult to walk the trails and be back at the same day. So there's a wide open array of outdoor activities that I can participate in here and not see a lot of people. Very impressive.
What impressed you about this home and working with Avimor? Was anything that stuck out?
We have been looking at homes in the Boise area in a lot of very nice subdivisions for over a year, And we knew what we wanted. We wanted a quality home that was well built in a modern design. And when we opened the door and walked into this house, for example, in fact, we were looking at several homes here in the Avimor subdivision, we absolutely fell in love with the interior designing, the quality of the home. We thought that these were among the very best that we looked at, and they certainly were not the most expensive.
So tell me just the neighborhood aspect of the community. I've met a couple people, and one thing is that everyone has kind of chimed in on is this is much tighter of a community than any place anyone that I've talked to has ever lived. So have you found that to be true as well?
When you come to a community like Avimor, you do, because of the cluster development, and the houses just don't run on forever, it gives you a sense of, well, I know who my neighbor is. This is Connor next door, or this is Frank down the street. You actually, you interact more with people here than you do in those massive row after row subdivisions.
Right, yeah, that's very true. What's your favorite thing about Avimor?
My favorite thing about Avimor, obviously, is what's out the door. I have all of that wild land interface that interfaces here with the community, and I can walk right out my door and hike. I can get on my mountain bike. I can go where I want to.
What advice would you share with someone who is considering buying a home here in the Boise market, and whether it's Avimor or any place else? What advice would you share with someone?
Well, there's two things. You buy with your heart and you buy with your head. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to look at a community that you want to be in. Is this a place I want to be here 5 years from now, 15, 20, 30 years? Then you have to look at price. So you have to consider both of those issues whenever you buy. We've bought and sold a lot of homes over the years, and we felt that Avimor touched our heart, but we wanted to make sure that we bought smart and we were able to get the quality of home that we wanted at a very reasonable